my
So you
first.
knew it was gonna be.
It has to be. I know I'm going into the belly of the beast. How could I be naive? I know that I'm going into Satan's playground, but I'm trying to be so good that you got to bring me in so close that I can see who's doing what and what's going on in there.
Katt, right, nigga, I'm glad you feel that way, nigga, because he's storing your shit too.
History will show who was true, which way was the right way, but you fight your way, and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Bruh, but
I think maybe you've had enough of this. Because I think I just heard you say
But
that women are not equal and should be treated unequally.
They want to be treated.
You mean
equal.
as a comedian?
No.
Hey, welcome back to Black Press. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Now let's get to it.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm your girl Trish,
I'm your boy, Mr. Define.
and we are
Black Press.
If this is your first time watching, please remember to hit like, comment, share, and
Subscribe.
All
Be sure
right.
to hit the bell for notifications for all of our future episodes.
Yeah.
So, first time back after the new year.
Yes.
So did you enjoy your new year?
I did. I
Yeah.
have a nice, peaceful sleep.
Yeah? How's your resolutions coming?
They're going good.
Yeah.
Actually going great.
I'm still working on mine. I'm trying to do my best. But
Yeah.
people are so crazy out here. It's so hard not to judge people. But I'm doing my best.
Yeah. That's all we can do is do our best.
Lord
and
willing.
let God do the rest.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
and talking about bringing in the new year with a bang.
Oh, well, let me run down a rundown first, though.
Go
Right?
ahead.
Rundown, we're going to talk about church stuff. We're going to talk about this Katt Williams. We're going to talk about some relationship stuff, money and finances. And then everybody ain't supposed to be free. Like, free my N-word, whoever. That ain't for everybody.
Mhm.
So we're going to talk about all that. But yeah, you were saying, with a bang.
With a bang. So, in talking about bringing in the new year with a bang, let's see how church is bringing in New Year's in a good 2024.
They swagging and surfing at church. That's not a small church either.
They got a huge congregation.
Yeah.
Young and or mostly young though.
Hey.
They also played Walk It Out.
And walk it. So my church watch night was not that
Exotic.
exotic. That it wasn't that lit.
Mhm.
We had a good time, it's a praise and worship, sing some songs and everything.
Yeah.
You get a couple extra songs in praise and worship than you would on a regular service. It's funny because people are like, "Oh, this song,
Mhm.
Swag and Surfing, starts off talking about sipping on lean or whatever."
It does. It does.
Do you think they knew that? I don't think I don't think they would have known that.
They had to. That's how the song starts off.
Yeah,
They
but
talk about Patron and yeah.
so a lot of elders, they don't really know what the song's gonna
they
say.
know what Patron is. I guarantee you.
Yeah, but they don't know. Like sometimes you don't even be paying attention to how everybody, all the old folks that listen to the music nowadays is like, oh, I just like the beat.
The beat. They hear the music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, that sound nice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the smoke alarm ain't go off in there because
Well, it depends on what type of church you got.
everybody going gasoline draws.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna judge nobody.
So,
though.
but at the same time, it's like, okay, you're trying to get young people to come
Yeah.
in, and
But is that the way to do it though?
I don't-
mean,
so I don't honestly. I'm gonna go with the innocent route. I don't think they knew
Yeah.
that song was like that.
Oh yeah.
And then, cause so sometimes you have like weddings
Mhm.
where they had a certain playlist, and then
It's like,
one of
oh.
the songs play, and you like, did you know that song had profanity in it? No.
But they got clean edits too,
Yeah.
though.
But it just depends. So I think I want to err on the side of judgment error and not intentional malice.
But they also play "Walk It Out" though. So
Yeah, but what did Walk It Out really?
yeah, same genre.
Yeah, genre,
Mhm.
but they play the clean version of that? I don't know. So Walk It Out is different because that was from back in the day, and I mean every time we play Walk It Out in the club, I walk out there with much stronger calf muscles. So I mean, it's more dance music
It's like
nowadays.
like a club.
Yeah, I don't know. I
know.
say to each their own, but
I mean,
but then was that so? But the portion of these songs, did they play the clean version,
yeah.
or were they playing?
When it's hard to hear because there's a lot of like shouting and
Yeah.
stuff. But
If they were playing the clean version, then that could have been. Do you think that would be like
would that be
acceptable?
okay? Well, if they saying that, then it should be okay to listen to secular music. Because
Why?
if you playing it in the church, then that opens the ground for a lot more other things.
Yeah. So and then to go with that, I would also say that
Mhm.
it especially Christianity. Christianity is leaned so much into the secular or the pagan society in order to bring more heathens, you could call them, into Christianity. Christmas itself, it wasn't originally celebrated for Santa Claus,
Yeah.
Saint Nicholas, but so Santa Claus is really was pulled from the pagan ideologies of Thor and what are they called? The Valhalla and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the Santa Claus was a resemblance of Odin with the patch eye. So with the big beard, and then the actual tree itself was supposed to be this big oak tree or whatever one of them big trees. So that's where they switched that into the Christmas tree, which represents the Trinity of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. But it was a pull from that. Easter itself was a pull from the god of Esther, which was the god of fertility, which is why the Easter eggs come from rabbits, because the bunny rabbits are known to reproduce quickly, very fertile, and they always, the term banging like rabbits, like you have a lot of eggs. So obviously rabbits don't make eggs, but the Easter eggs was for that fertility thing. So they combined that with Easter and the rising of Christ. So they were blending Christianity into other pagan lifestyles. Then this is just another version in order to try to bring people into the church, and then hit them with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, but you also can't like present that and then be like, it's wrong and this is why you're not supposed to do it.
Yeah, but we weren't supposed to do any of that back then either.
Yeah.
It's just we're not. This is a continuation of what we do.
It's an evolution of
But you're also trying to get people to come as they are.
Mm-hmm.
So come as you are, and then you should start to show change as you get closer to Christ. So, I mean, they trying.
Yeah.
So, I mean, their leadership is going to have to answer for that. So that's between them and God, honestly. I mean, I've been in churches where they was supporting, like, they were talking about invested in marijuana, and I'm like, what? Say, what? Run that back again?
Yeah. I went to a church where they said, like, women are supposed to wear, like, long skirts and not show their arms and stuff like that.
And then the church, one of the sects of the church is just trying to, like, remove women from leadership positions altogether.
Yeah.
So you could say it's taking it too close to the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
because Paul was saying women should only serve at lower levels of church,
Yeah.
or you could take it to the other extreme where we're putting in secular music.
Mm-hmm.
What's the balance? Is there a balance? We don't
Everybody
know.
just has to be ready to answer. For
Yeah,
their own sin.
exactly. So,
Just do you?
yep. Speaking of things being on fire,
Yeah.
that was your cue.
Yeah, no, I don't catch cues. So-
Let's try it again. Speaking of things being on fire,
Okay, so speaking of things being on fire, I am going to have to say I have no clue.
wow.
My brain's like,
Katt Williams
Okay.
was shooting flaming arrow.
oh
Everybody
yeah.
pause.
See, I said Katt Williams. He I say he was throwing out shots. Like,
Yeah, he
the
was
dots
shooting.
like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
shooting shots at
He
everybody.
was throwing out,
Like
he was
there
doing
was
one
no
fire.
friendly fire. Everybody was getting it.
Mm-hmm.
He went in on Ricky Smiley.
Mm-hmm.
He went in on
Hard to.
definitely on Faison.
Yeah.
Who else? Steve Harvey, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Hart. He went in on. He popped some shots at other people too.
Yeah.
And he talked about Martin Lawrence
Mhm.
and the dress issue, which has been a big thing between with him and Dave Chappelle, and
Tyler
then Tyler Perry and all of that. Yeah, he talked a little bit about Tyler Perry.
Mhm.
He shot shots at a lot of people.
He did.
So, what do you think of it? Overall, I
Mhm.
thought the interview was it was entertaining.
Yeah. I think
Katt Williams is nothing if not an entertainer.
right. I think the interview gave what it was supposed to give.
Mhm.
Like, everybody know who Katt Williams is and how he presents himself. He's kind of a little bit eccentric, off
Yeah.
the wall. You never really know like what he's gonna provide.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he went up there and he spoke his truth. That's his truth and nothing but his truth.
Mhm.
Now, if people want to refute that and say that's not how it goes, or that's not their perception, they can do that, because in a scenario, in a situation, everybody has their own version of what the truth is.
Mhm.
Now, when you have somebody that presents and be like, "Oh, this is what happened," fact is, you don't know how that person felt,
Yeah.
and you weren't on the receiving end of somebody taking credit for your work.
Yeah.
Because me myself, if somebody takes credit of my work, yeah, I'm gonna be hurt.
Yeah, because he was responding to Ricky Smiley's.
Yeah.
Because Ricky Smiley had recently done an interview with Shannon Sharp,
Mhm.
and he was saying that it was the role for Money Mike was
Yeah.
originally supposed to be his role, and that it ended up getting switched up to where he would be the Santa Claus, the criminal Santa Claus, and
Mhm.
Katt Williams would be Money Mike. And so he said that, and obviously, Katt Williams being the outspoken person that he was one of the reasons why he went on the show.
Mhm.
So he said pretty much that was never the case.
Yeah.
He would always was going for that role, and that there was no way that Ricky Smiley could even have played that part.
Mhm.
So Ricky Smiley came back with his response, and we'll play that for you.
Here's what we all need to understand. You know where you been. Statement about Ricky Smiley is not funny. I've been sold out since 97.
That part.
Every single show I have done since 97, maybe not big arenas, but I pack up those theaters and have to add shows in comedy clubs, and between radio and all of that and raising a family I'm comfortable with. What makes me sad, I don't like the way that made my kids feel. And that's why I'm not gonna, go after him, because he has kids and family members and nieces and nephews also, and it hurts our family members and people that do love us when we say hurtful things about each other. So we want to wish Katt Williams the best. or whatever. It ain't nothing but love over here just because we don't agree. Arnez J and I had beef for about 20 years, and I end up sitting next to him on a plane. And when I saw him, I couldn't do nothing but grab him and hug him. And we text each other all day on Christmas Day. It feels like we trying to make up for lost time. Two talented people that actually love each other. And Special K, Katt Williams got some comedy dates coming up. He's going to be in Birmingham. Katt Williams is coming to Huntsville. I want y'all to go out and support him. I want y'all to pack those damn theaters and show nothing but unconditional love to him and to any comic that come into our space, you know, Birmingham, Huntsville. That's like my area or whatever, where I grew up or whatever. K, you got the dates?
Yeah, you got January 12th, Cedar Park, Texas. The 14th, Estero, Florida. The 19th, Huntsville, Alabama. The 26th of January, Tupelo, Mississippi. Y'all go ahead and get on Ticketmaster. Get them tickets.
Yeah, make sure y'all go out and see Katt Williams and go out and support him, man. It's all love over here because it's enough money out here for everybody. So what we're addressing for everybody that's tuning in, we're just addressing the whole Katt Williams situation, and I'm gonna leave it at that, man. Because here's the thing: what we all need to understand. Here's what we all need to understand. You know where you've been, but you don't know where you're going, and you don't know who you're gonna need. And I promise to God, if there's anything that he or anybody in his family, on his staff ever need, we'll be there. You know, because I stick up for comics, and we all are not perfect, and we all don't get along all the time or whatever. We all have issues, but at the same time, we are all in the same game. I don't agree with all the cues all the time. I go.
So he had a lot to say, and that was towards the end of when he was talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And he handled it the right way. So
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? We could go through what everybody said. That was how Ricky Smiley responded to it. He also had some beef with Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah.
And he had this beef before, and so obviously he felt like Cedric the Entertainer had stolen one of his jokes and used that as his closer in Kings of Comedy. And here was what College Kid was talking about it when he was saying how it went down.
Doodle was Katt called me from the theater. Right?
Okay.
He was like, I'm gonna kill that nigga said. I said, why? He said, nigga, I'm at the theater right now, and the nigga is doing my joke. I'm like, nigga, you bullshit. I said the joke when you in the car and the music's so loud that you can't hear the engine turn off. He said, nigga, yes. I said, Katt. He said, now I'm going to the improv, my nigga. I'm going to kill that nigga. I said, Katt, listen to me. I said, listen careful. That's a blessing. I said, nigga, everybody gonna know who you is. That nigga Cedric finna put you on. He probably finna get you some money. Nigga, humble that, take that. It ain't like he stole it. It's like the nigga embracing you. Nigga, you pay homage. I said, nigga, you young, dude, we finna be on. I looked at it from that point. Like, Katt, like, nigga, I'm glad you feel that way, nigga, because he's storing your shit too.
That ain't word.
I said, nigga, what are you doing? Nigga, he's pop locking as we speak. Right.
So, I mean, so you can,
It's
you
all
know
like
that
it's
Katt
good.
Williams is pretty much telling the truth,
Mhm.
or it seems like he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
So this is what Katt had to say about it when he was talking to Shannon Sharp.
Steve Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Katt Williams' joke?
Yeah.
He said it don't line up. How it don't line up? He thought that I was just a no-name comedian and that he could take this joke and nobody would know.
Right.
The issue was that I had already done this particular joke on BET's Comic View twice.
Right.
Him and Steve had already apologized for me, so I gave him a pass for a decade. Why would you sit here and be like, I saw Katt 30 times and Katt didn't do, as I stand before. I would have bust Cedric.
So that's what, yeah, that's what how Katt described it. But so, Cedric the Entertainer said, revisionist history, regardless of whatever Katt's opinion, my career can't be reduced to one joke. Katt Williams claims as his. I've been over 40 movies. My specials and brand speaks volumes for who I am. I'm adding who I am. The people have put on, including Cat in the Hat at the Gibson Amphitheater. So basically, he took it in the high road,
Yeah.
saying, my record speaks for itself. But
Mhm.
then he also decided to come out. Cedric the Entertainer came out with he actually said something, and we'll talk about that.
What up, y'all? What's up? It's I'm gonna address this Katt Williams thing one time, man. I saw people on there really commenting about that. Look, I have no idea what this brother is talking about. That joke is over 30 years old, close to 30-something years old. I did the Kings of Comedy in 1999. Probably had been doing that joke 6, 7 years before that. I don't even know if Katt was doing comedy then. So, again, you're a talented brother. I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never seen Katt do a space shuttle joke. So, there may be something that he believes is true. I've written a lot of jokes. I've had a lot of comedians steal my jokes as well. So I understand if you feel, slighted by that, but that's my joke. That's my joke, dog.
Everybody taking the high road.
Yeah. And it could very well be his joke because he could have refurbished it and made it better.
Yeah. And then here's the thing. There's nothing new under the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So your experience and how you come up with how you talk about it can easily, with billions of people in the world, be what somebody else has thought of or had experienced. There's been like hundreds, I wouldn't say hundreds, there's been a bunch of ideas that I have in my head. And I'm like, this is going to be awesome. And I look it up and I'm like, oh, somebody already came up with it.
It's like, I got a bright idea too.
Right? So the same thing you do with comedy.
Yeah.
Like, you can have something, an idea in your head and how you want to come up with it, but that don't mean you don't want to come up with it. And that's not saying that it wasn't stolen, but in both ways you can see both sides.
Yeah.
But
more than likely, it probably was stolen, but he was probably like a D-list and then a A-list. It could have been him paying homage to him. And he could have took it in that way, like, you know what, he just took my joke.
And then if he said they apologized too.
But it's the problem with Katt Williams is he was expecting recognition and for them to reach back and be like, yeah, or acknowledgement to say like, yeah, I took your joke, but I made it better. Like, give him his props. Like everybody's saying, pay people their respects while they're alive. Give them their flowers. Give him his flowers. If he's old and do flowers, it's obvious that most of what he's saying most likely is true because they're not coming for him and throwing shots back at him. Yeah, they're like, hey, it's all love. It's all love. Yeah, like that was like years ago. Yeah. Ricky Smiley actually had his, I guess, was this agent or whatever? Yeah, come on and talk about how everything went down with the Friday After Next movie. Yeah. So, they taking the high roads. But here's the thing: they're doing what they've done to be in the position that they're in. Yeah, which is play the right strings. You play the right strings on the harp, and you're gonna get what you kind of get out of it. That's the game. Yeah. Like like Katt said, he knew what route he was on from the beginning, and he said that's what I told people when I first started stand up. They're gonna try to take me out. Yeah.
I said that coming into stand up. I'm saying it in my
So you knew it was gonna be.
It has to be. I know I'm going into the belly of the beast. How could I be naive? I know that I'm going into Satan's playground, but I'm trying to be so good that you got to bring me in so close that I can see who's doing what and what's going on in there. So when you take that route, you already know what
the process is going to
What to expect.
follow exactly. You know what to expect.
Mhm.
So he's choosing this route, and that's the route you choose. You choosing the route not to wear a dress.
Yeah.
Other people choose the route to wear a dress.
Mhm.
Like with Kevin Hart, and he was always talking about Kevin Hart in the dress and Saturday Night Live, but Kevin said, "Oh, just can't be angry all the time." That was his only response.
Mhm.
But everybody plays the game a certain kind of way, and
Yeah.
how you play the game is different from how they play the game.
Mhm.
And whoever's going to come out on top, nobody really knows.
Yeah.
Nope. The script's not written, or the end is not written until the end actually happens.
Mhm.
So we don't know how it's going to play out. Same way with Muhammad Ali. He was loud. He was boisterous. He talked trash, all that. And then people were like, "Who is this guy talking all this trash?" He got out there in the ring, and he show you what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But then when he started talking against America, talking about, "I'm not going to fight the Viet Cong. Viet Cong ain't never did nothing to me."
Get something my Negroes don't have. If I'm gonna die, I'll die now, right here fighting you. If I'm gonna die, you my enemy. My enemy is the white people, not Viet Congs or Chinese or Japanese. You my opposer when I want freedom. You my opposer when I want justice. You my opposer when I want equality. You won't even stand up for me in America for my religious beliefs, and you want me to go somewhere and fight, but you won't even stand up for me here at home.
People that's doing something to me is the people in my own country, and this and that, and they took away his belts. And then as time passed, they ended up giving him his belts back.
Mhm.
So how you fight against what you believe is wrong is only going to be determined whether it was the right way to fight in the end.
Yeah.
But while we're living in it, you fight your best fight, they fight their best fight, and we'll find out what history will show who was true, which way was the right way. But you fight your way, and that's the way it is.
Yeah.
Who can say? I mean, men been putting in dress. Robin Williams was Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
So with the dress thing, I remember Fred Sanford. Not Fred Sanford wasn't in a dress, but when Fred Sanford had this episode where there was a convict that had escaped from prison or was doing criminal activity, and he was in Fred Sanford's hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
Not his hotel, but Fred Sanford had a hotel, and he went to rent out a room, and Fred Sanford was trying to give flowers to the lady, thinking it was a lady, and it was really a man dressed up as a lady, and all this other stuff.
I remember that episode.
You remember that episode? Yeah, it was pretty funny. So men in dress is funny.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't matter black or white. It's always been the men in dress is funny, right? So if you choose to take that route, but before the funny, then okay. If you choose to take that route so that you can continue to receive more accolades, then that's your choice.
Yeah.
But Robin Williams was at the top of one of the top greats as far as comedians, and he still took his own life.
Yeah.
You don't know what the end is going to be.
True. He mentioned that too. But we do want to hear what you think.
Yes.
Like, do you think men in dress shouldn't be like something that they do?
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't have SHANNON.
Right.
SHANNON is phenomenal. Even to this day, they
speaking of SHANNON,
reruns and everything.
So this is what he said about Martin. Briefly, he was saying Martin said, when he came back from his sabbatical, he wanted to put him in a movie, and Katt said, of course, no matter what the script is, I'm in it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what he said.
I don't need to see the script or nothing. We get in that office and this fool pull out Big Mama's House 2. I almost died. And I gotta read this script from all these good white people. Where this nigga want me to get in a dress with him. And I'm literally saying to everybody, why is he in a dress again?
Like I said, funny is funny, right? In comedy, you get to choose what level of funny or how far are you willing to go in order to be funny.
Yeah.
And again, nobody knows who will come out on the right side of it until the end happens.
Mm-hmm.
Many men, white men, black men, have been in address
Yeah.
for the comedic sense, and now for the non-comedic sense. So, how you choose to make your choices, so I and then it's playing the game too,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I did it in the military. I ain't not wearing a dress, not wearing a dress, but there's a game and a way that everything has to go in order for you to meet the marks of success and to get in the doors and shake the hands. Sometimes, so for me it was easy. You show up to the non-mandatory events,
Mm-hmm.
like the family readiness group events, the
Yeah.
meetings where you show up and they give briefings and you talk to your family and you bring your kids. Sometimes you eat. When I was a little private and didn't have that much money, I was showing up to show that I was, part of the team, but I was also showing up because I didn't have to pay for dinner that night because they had pizza and cookies.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, bet I get to eat. And then my wife at the time, she was able to receive information that she felt like I wasn't telling her about what's going on with work.
Mm-hmm.
But you show up, and then there's people that don't show up, and then they're wondering why. Oh, well, how come this person is going to the promotion board? How come this person is getting, all of the or getting recognition? Because they want to know that you're part of the team.
Yeah.
So your choices are based on your own morals, and your decisions have consequences.
Mm-hmm.
So your morals might not be the same as somebody else's. Your values might not be the same as somebody else's, but that's how life is. So he should still, if that's how Katt Williams want to stand 10 toes down on where you at, and then that you just get what comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing as standing 10 toes down in a dress. You get what comes with it. Whatever that is. But we only got one life. Fight your best fight. Run your best race. It was very entertaining though.
It was funny.
So, on that note, hit the like button. Again, what do you think? Comment. Tell us what you think about the interview. Did you watch it? What did you think? Another point, and I didn't record. I don't have that snippet, but I know we were talking about. There's a part in there where Shannon Sharp started talking about. Never mind. I don't want to get into it.
I knew you was about to hit on that.
Take a whole other hour of conversation. Well, we'll
I
talk
know
about that
you was
another
about
day.
to hit on
I'll
that.
talk about that another day. That'll be a whole hour conversation. Basically,
We can make it short. Go ahead.
Shannon Sharp said that women don't want full equality.
Yeah,
But how hard? Because you have to understand, she is a female, and so you have to be careful. You have to handle her with kid gloves.
Sir. You want to go ahead and take that out? You don't want to be against equality, do you?
No.
What you just said was very unequal, sir.
But
I think maybe you've had enough of this. Because I think I just heard you say that women are not equal and should be treated unequally.
They want to be treated.
You mean as a comedian?
No. Listen, you understand and I understand.
Yeah.
In certain situations, they want to be treated equal. Not all situations.
That's true.
That's about
I don't want full
1 minute and 1 hour and 6 minute mark.
I don't want to have to go outside and I was doing it, cutting my grass and stuff like that, but I don't want to have to do that.
Yeah.
I want to be ladylike.
But he was saying it in, you cannot treat a woman as equal when it comes to being harsh in terms or words.
You can't.
Because women don't want equality in that area.
You can't. Because even though, like, some women have like androgynous characteristics
Mhm.
where they take on like these, I don't want to say manly features, but these masculine features and
Yeah.
tones. They're still a woman at the end of the day,
Yeah.
and you can't like speak to a woman like how you speak to a man. I
Mhm.
wouldn't want a man speaking to me like he's speaking to some random man,
Yes.
because I have feelings.
Right.
One. And then two, it's just gonna escalate and it's gonna go there because oftentimes women match your energy. So if you're coming at them a certain way, then they're gonna go up to a certain way. The next thing you know, or
But
DV, right?
is it right to match energy? Should a woman match a man's energy?
A woman should most often stay kind of soft. That's what women do. When you see
No, they don't. You just said
no,
oh,
but
you
I'm
said
saying
women
that's when they
often
step
match
out of their.
match
I said
energy.
they when they step out of their.
You said they
But
often match
listen,
energy.
when they step out of their trait to match that man's energy.
But you also said it happens often. You said women often match energy.
But you're not listening. Most females have a soft characteristic trait. There is manly females, but they're mostly seen as masculine. Female is feminine. It's FEM, fem for a reason. There's some like when you're talking about different like he, she, they, them, us.
Mm-hmm.
There's some, and you can tell like okay, which one is the. You can tell this one has the feminine characteristic and this one has the masculine characteristic, and you can distinguish between the two.
Yeah.
Because having a female or a feministic characteristic would portray in a certain way.
So
it's softer.
Here's my thing. Is it fair?
Mm-hmm.
Is it fair for a woman to want equal pay,
mm-hmm.
but not be spoken to with equal harshness in a work environment?
Absolutely, because equal pay, that's something way different than having somebody speak down to you or speak in a harsh tone. You shouldn't want to do that to a person regardless.
Yeah, but if a boss says that promotion or that display of our quality of performance to this client was subpar, totally unacceptable. I never want to see that again.
Mm-hmm.
Could he still say that in that way to that woman?
Yeah, you can say it. I mean that you can say it that way. You can say it in a softer tone. I know some people will take that and personalize it, but you can take it and say, okay, well, in what ways can I improve that? So you don't always have to take stuff and personalize it to where it feels like an attack, because that's what it's going to be.
Right. So, but what that means, it can be received differently.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't the woman just consistently receive it differently instead of receiving it as an attack? Because if she wants to have the equal pay, and I believe she should,
mm-hmm.
but I also believe there should not be kid gloves when talking to a woman.
It's like asking somebody, would you like some sugar in your coffee? Or would you like some sugar in your coffee? That's how masculine some people come off.
Right.
But which one would you prefer? The softer, the more the tone that's like that eases you in.
Yes.
Right?
But I also, if a woman is in an environment
mm-hmm.
where people talk in a more firm or the opposite of softer
mm-hmm.
in conversation when it comes to business.
Mm-hmm.
If she wants to be treated equally
mm-hmm.
in that environment, and that's often why women end up becoming more masculine,
mm-hmm.
then that's okay to want equal pay. But if you want the environment to change, not in a way that's harmful to you, but in a way that makes you feel better, you should not want the same equal benefits of those that are receiving it in a rougher manner.
It's all an adaptation for both sides. You can always remain harsh and think it's going to be okay. Or think the woman has to go up to a standard to accept that harshness and then turn masculine.
But she doesn't have to turn masculine. She can choose not to.
All in choice.
Everything, exactly. What do you think? Should women be treated softer or spoken to softer in an environment? What if, like in this situation, he was, Katt Williams was talking about, they were talking about Wanda Smith on the B103 in Atlanta, the radio station, and she was coming at him in a harsher manner.
Yeah.
So he gave her the same. He matched her energy.
He did. But she started to scale back, and then she started getting feminine.
But
He
so
started matching her energy.
Shannon Sharp was saying you can't talk to a woman in that way. But all I'm asking is, in an equal environment, should women not be talked to in the same manner as men?
And you can tell us in the comments.
Yep, tell us in the comments. What do you think? What do you think about the church? What do you think about the whole interview with Katt Williams? Do you think Katt Williams should adjust how he reacts or interacts with the community, or do you think he should stand 10 toes down? I know what most of us are gonna say, but I still want to hear what you say. That being said, we're gonna cut it at this point. We're gonna go ahead and not take up too much more of your time. We'll get talking on the other subjects in a later episode. I'm your boy, Mr. Define.
I'm gonna go. Cheers.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. We are Black Press.
Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.